represented by under. You are free to, okay? I will tuck my chain in.
So how many former athletes we got on this couch? Former NBA players?
Okay, I like to choose a criteria because it was going to be.
Well, we got
former athletes with 6. Now
we got
former
five
NBA players.
five former NBA. So you couldn't ask. So you couldn't fucking ask one of us to come up with our top 5. We got to use another motherfucker.
Well, that is the catalyst.
Huh? What's happened?
Funny you should ask, Kenyon.
Funny you should ask. That's
well, just ask us. We ain't got to go.
That's the dot.
You could have texted us. Listen,
they're the ops.
Steve, you could have texted us and been like, I need your top 5 point guards tomorrow.
Get them ops over there.
Yeah, but it's a little bit more interesting if you have someone else's list to disagree with.
No, I know it don't. Because all our shit gonna be. Listen, you don't think we disagree enough on this fucking couch?
Well, at least you'll agree to disagree on this.
Well, Kenyon, one thing we all can agree on. One thing we all can agree on, you make delicious ribs.
Needs some
I would
music.
say that. I had to.
Steve needs some music.
Everybody compliment Kenyon's ribs. Kenyon brought ribs to the set today. I had not 1 but 2. 3 would have put me to sleep. So I know top 5 lists are a matter of personal preference, ... I think we did this earlier in the season, but it's time to update it. So we're going to go around the couch. I want your top 5. This was just a frame of reference. Kendrick Perkins, former NBA championship experience over at ESPN.
So you say we did it early in the season?
We've talked point guard.
So why couldn't we reference our lists?
We did all time.
Huh?
We did all time, but are we updating our list now that we've got a larger sample size?
We did all time?
Yeah,
we've done all
time
time
before. But I think that was last year.
See, we don't know what the fuck we did.
300-something shows, Kenyon. We get confused.
I dig it. No,
2.5 hours every day.
I don't remember it. So if we did it all the time, this year's, last year, I don't fucking know.
No, we ain't did this year's though.
But let's go around. Give me your top 5 list. If anybody has their list ready to go, I see you guys working your phones right now, strategizing.
I'll go. I got Shea number 1.
Okay.
I think this season he only scored under 20 once.
I believe so.
And you know how he's playing, obviously, that's easy. Number 2, I got Cade.
Cade Cunningham. Jumping to 2 on
I
Gils.
think he has about, 20 plus double-doubles, about 11, 12 triple-doubles this season, you know, carrying a young Detroit team. Number 3, I got that man they called the Beard. I got Harden.
James Harden.
When Kawhi went out, Paul George was gone, Russ was gone. Everybody thought the Clippers was going to be some bullshit. And what he's done in the 30-something games, Kawhi wasn't there, and still Kawhi trying to come back. He's held that team, you know, on his shoulders, even making Powell look like an all-star. Right? But I mean, obviously Powell did his thing too. But you know,
he did as well.
You know,
we're going to talk James Harden later in the show too. Had a very
James
successful night.
with his 22, 8 and 4. I got him at 3. 4. I'm gonna go Brunson. You know, just as, just a smaller player who's just been holding New York on his back, with the success last year, the big trade, players being injured, right? He's been that steady guy for them, averaging about, 24, 25, 6 and 3, 7 and 3. I think for all the elements that's New York has been going through, he's been holding it down. 5, I have Dame.
Dame Lillard is your fifth?
For a guy who's actually the second option on his team, averaging, 24, 25, 7 and 4. Those are Derrick Rose MVP years. And he's doing that as a second option. So, at this moment right now, that's my top 5. Luka's my guy and all of them. I got to go with the people who played, they got the games in.
So speaking of getting the games in, and don't want to disagree with your list or slander anybody in your list, obviously we're trying not to be toxic here, but you did not have Steph Curry on your list. Was there a reason that Steph did not make your top 5 based on how he's performing this season?
No, I mean, he's playing.
Without slandering any of the other people.
No, I mean, he's playing, he's playing very well. He's averaging, about 24, 5 and 3. I don't think he's doing as much as Brunson right now. I mean, to be honest, that he could have been 4, could have been 5, but I just think the way his team has been injured, some of his success and where his team is, got his team 3 with all the injuries. He deserves that spot, and with Dame playing the way Dame's playing, and he is the second option, with those numbers.
So let's move over to Kenyon. Kenyon, now you watch a lot of Jazz games, previously watch a lot of Sixers games. But as a result, see a lot of NBA basketball.
A lot of losing.
Hey. Top 5.
Why that couldn't be water? Why that couldn't be water? I had to be.
Oh yeah, it's not water, good. That is not water.
Straight Red Bull.
Yeah. My bad.
Top 5 active point guards in your estimation.
I'm going to say Shea, Cade, Trae Young.
Okay. Shout out Rayford Young III.
4th. What place the Clippers in?
Clippers are currently, I believe, 6. Nah, they fell. They slipped.
7.
8th.
They're 8th right now. We're Knights jumped to 8th with the win over the Detroit Pistons. I need 2 more from.
I know.
I'm just. I feel more like those 2 delicious ribs that you made that I had earlier.
I know how to count, Josiah.
Never questioned that.
You didn't fucking rush Gil, so don't fucking rush me, Josiah.
Not rushing any of you.
All right.
Keep it the shovel. Ken, you are not Fugazi. I just want to point that out.
4. Yo, stop it, man.
You're not Fugazi. I'm just saying.
4, fuck. Cause do I go with my basketballness or do I go with the way the game is played, right? Cause I have a hard time point guard shooting the ball 27, 28 times a night or just period, unless you really got it going. Like I have a hard time with that. Mm-hmm. Just watching it consistently, like there are some possessions where nobody else fucking touches the ball because you done brought that bitch up and you ran 6 pick and rolls and nobody else then touched it. I have a hard time with that. But Jalen Brunson is effective in his approach, the way he gets it done. Tyrese Maxey is the same way. I like what Tyrese Halliburton brings to the table, pass first guy.
Halliburton having a historic season right now, not getting a lot of attention for it, but.
Fuck, I'm gonna go with Steph. If we're gonna go with somebody shooting it and scoring it and doing I'm gonna go with Steph at 4. And I'm gonna get a younger generation some love since I like guys that pass the ball first. Since you said I watch a lot of Jazz games, Isaiah Collier he's gonna be one of them.
USC.
He's gonna be one of them. Like if you have,
I always think it's higher. Maybe having it like 7. I'm like,
good
luck.
Yeah, like he only missed it once. He only missed it once the last few games. But no, he is. Once he learned, like he out there moving like Jay Kidd was, or young Jay. Like he fast as shit, man.
Oh, okay.
Like you got to keep up. Like it's one of them. Like if you ain't, he laying that bitch up.
Big too.
Like any competitive, but he'll pass first guy, man, and he's learning the game on the fly. I like watching him. So yeah, man, give me the young guy. Okay. It's just I could have put any other these guys that's really, really getting it done on the list, but I'm gonna go with the young guy.
Let's move over to Cemetery Larry. Top 5 active point guards. And Adam
I'm gonna go with Steph, number 1.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with Luka, number 2.
A good choice.
I'm gonna go with Shea, number 3. I'm gonna go with Trae Young, number 4. And Cade Cunningham, number 5.
Cade. Cade, SG, I believe the unanimous selection so far in all of these lists.
See how dead that is? Because I didn't say why.
Yeah, that's the gil shit. I wanted to say that so bad.
What happened?
That's
your list.
You don't supposed to say why. You was saying why. You just supposed to give your
Just
top
give your
five.
top.
That's
And then we move on. And then we move on.
I remember you said that. I knew that was coming. I knew that was coming.
No, that's not even the same.
We sit here for good 2, 3, 4 seconds.
I said,
That's your list. I'm like, cool.
Didn't throw anybody under the bus. I just said
Yeah, I was just
positives
getting
of
the
my
reason why I
guys.
was going with the young.
Guys I have on my top 5.
That's all. Everybody else know,
supposed to
right?
just say your top five and not rhyme.
Nah, you did give us. You
Top
did.
three.
You said why.
did give us. You gave us reasons.
But
Yeah, just
to reasons why I didn't.
So
go
you
with
could
the
give
young. For the-
reasons,
for
just
fifth.
not negative reasons.
why would you have a negative in
For the
your
young
top
guy.
5? No, just
Get
go.
reasons I picked
Do
the
it how
young
you
But you
want to do it.
had to.
No,
Do it how you
why?
want to do it.
Yeah,
Because it's out of the norm.
Unpopular.
It's out of the norm. You
That's
see
what
how
I said.
But
now
what is popular?
Now we own to something.
So do it.
Now,
Let's
because
let's
he
finish.
didn't. We didn't ask him to do it, like he said.
Let's finish.
We didn't ask, but he felt compelled because. In my 5th spot, all the other niggas I could pick, I'm gonna pick this. I'm gonna take a chance with this young nigga, but I gotta tell y'all why.
Yeah, explain to y'all.
I got to.
Because they ain't watching him play.
Yeah, you don't know why I'm picking
they
him.
don't
I
want-
got
yeah.
my reason, and maybe you go watch it,
Yeah.
you'll see it too. You be like,
Absolutely.
hey man, Kenya was right. That young killer got good.
Let's shift over to Swaggy P. Bring in
I dig it.
championship
Absolutely
experience.
exactly what you said. I felt, yeah.
I want to hear your top 5 active point guard list with championship experience.
I'm gonna go Garland,
Okay, Darius Garland,
Shea,
SGA.
Hero.
Point guard?
Yeah, he played point. LaMelo
LaMelo.
and Fox.
De'Aaron Fox.
That's
That's
4?
5. I said Melo, Hero, Garland,
Garland,
Fox, and Shea. I
SGA.
said Shea.
You said SGA.
I'm gonna go Steph, SGA, Cade, Dame Lillard.
This nigga right here.
Homer.
Over.
Dude.
What was the last one?
A fine pick, Brandon. Fine pick.
Yeah, I like James Harden too.
Man, 22, 8, and 6, 28 double-doubles.
Yeah, I like it. I like it.
James,
Yeah, James.
Steph, Shea. What was you say?
Cade and Dame Lillard.
Okay.
Top 5 point guards in the league right now?
Active point guard.
This season, right?
Active point
just
guard.
right
top
This
5 in the
season, not overall, right? It's this season. Oh, okay.
league. Based on their body of
Yeah,
work.
just right now.
This season.
Yes.
And nobody's
Defense,
allowed,
body of work.
nobody's
Like,
allowed to
based
say
on
nothing
their
about
body
your
of work.
5 either.
Dot, dot, dot.
Ain't nobody can say nothing about your life. High 5 to your
Okay, yeah,
5.
this season. Okay.
I'm not
High
even.
5 to your 5, Playboy.
I'm not giving no reason. This is my 5.
That's your 5,
Larry
right?
and Mr. B high-fiving each other across the couch. The distance. All right, good list.
Don't explain your 5, homie.
So,
Right.
Cemetery
You better
Larry, I
not.
just want to point out you're the only person that has our Luka and Savior, Luka Doncic, on the list.
Really?
But that is
Did
part of
y'all forget he was a point guard?
No.
Nah,
He was hurt. He was
Just
hurt.
playing
Yeah.
those games.
Oh.
yeah, it's 20 this year, right?
Oh.
this.
I thought it was just this season. I mean, if we're talking about
Listen, that's your 5.
overall.
He does have 4 straight games when he's like 30,
I'm with it.
Performing pretty well.
performing pretty.
I like what Trey
I mean, the list was so like tough. I was like, I got to find reasons not to put people in. I was like, 26 games, cool. 29 games,
Oh,
cool.
you had a game minimum. Okay.
Yeah, you had a game minimum.
Well, speaking
He
of
said it was so good that you had to figure out.
Yeah, when I broke down everyone's like production,
You had
like,
to figure out.
Christ.
You had to figure out a reason. Not like you had to pick something.
No, I said like so like if the season ended right now and they had a top 5, there's a criteria. So if these games are 61 games and a guy only has 20 games, he wouldn't be part of criteria. So,
Got to take somebody out,
yeah, so I
right?
just took him out of the criteria.
Process of elimination, man. With
Well,
your preferences. That's why we have to have reasons. That's why we have to have reasons. Because the preference has to eliminate the other dudes. Like, yeah, you can't be up here no more, man. I tried to keep you in this list, but shit.
Yeah, because we all have whatever it is. Like this goes back to life in itself. Like your own entity, you are entitled to your own preferences. Like you don't have to succumb or agree with what the fucking next person is doing. As long as if it floats your boat and blow your hair back, that's all that should fucking matter, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, Like people are.
Never heard that before, but
You heard it here.
close your hair back.
Blow your hair back,
Like,
brother
you know what I'm saying?
knowledge,
Like-
brother knowledge.
He showed his 75 every day.
Damn, he's 75. Damn, you talking
Visual just
But it makes sense when you think about it.
brother
Yeah,
knowledge.
yeah,
bro,
but
man.
so people can like you can like who you like, man, and you can say why or not say why, and that's your fucking preference.
by
And,
any means necessary.
and if people don't agree with it, oh well. Like, and to worry about like to put like real live energy into like disliking like Rashad's list, like fuck that, your list, nigga. I'm gonna tell you why your list suck. Like.
Because my list.
Because my list better. I like my. Of course, you like your list better because you made it.
Admitted that
Right?
my list better than yours.
Like Mo argue down. Like, no, you. Of course, I think my list is better than his because I made it. Like, I don't have to like try to make
Brother
him like mine because
brother
I'm
knowledge.
like,
This
Nick.
let's get this shit going. If you say another motherfucking preference or something, you could do your list and I do mine. We know that.
What you gonna do about it?
Cause you I ain't gonna do nothing to you, brother.
What you gonna do about
Can you technically put Jokic
Call
in
the
the
police?
forward?
That's what I'm gonna do. Call the police.
He's my best friend. As soon as I wake back up, did you get him? Did you get him?
No, we did not. No, we did not. He's on the way still. You need to ride.
He's still on the way.
You did not get him. No, we didn't. He's
still on the loose.
He's still on the
Here's
loose.
his address.
We gonna need a little bit more than just the police.
I know where he's gonna be at Tuesday and Thursday.
We gonna need the FBI in there for him.
And I'm
They
pressing
like, they're like, hey, you gonna give them the joint like the child support people.
Damn.
You wrong? Man, they outside waiting on you.
Yeah, that's him. Hey, officer, yeah, that's him.
Yeah.
Right there. with the
Well,
gray suit.
looking like a damn snitch.
Today's podcast is sponsored by SeatGeek.
Just men in general, should they be judged for having surgical enhancements to feel better about themselves and their manhood?
I'm gonna let Cam answer that first.
Mace noticed that the way.
Freaky ass niggas need to keep their ass inside, man. You know what I'm saying? This is what they need to do, man. Fuck is you telling another grown man about you getting your tool piece a little bigger, man? I don't really fuck with Chad or Chosinko, to be totally honest with you.
I seen
he
that.
alright, but at the end of the day, when we started the show,
So
the
then,
niggas,
it don't stop there.
We got time today.
We got time today.
We got
Chad
time.
had to go ahead and speak on it.
He
was
had
fine.
to though, but
he had to, bro.
Like, yeah, you had
you're
to.
doing too much.
Okay,
Yeah.
go ahead.
Post my location where I'm at every day. What you tell me to stop doing? Stop catching rides from the airport, right?
Yep.
Everybody know where I am every single day, no matter what city I travel to. I'm outside all the time. If it was really an issue, or you really didn't like me, and it was a problem, I'm easy to find, especially in Miami. If I'm not mistaken, you be here. Y'all film here if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
We got it.
I show everybody respect, I show everybody love. What's one problem that you've always gotten on me about?
Who you like, Peggy?
Oh, in the one-on-one? I'm going with Ocho all day. Ocho gonna clean that nigga clock. If we just, like, no street shit, like, put him in the ring, bro, Ocho is cleaning this nigga Cameron clock, bro. Killer Cam! He's over with. He's over with. Yes, bro.
Bro, look.
Who you got?
Ocho.
Ah!
I'm gonna tell you this though. I'm gonna tell you this. As an athlete doing athletic shit, I'm gonna go with the athlete every time. Cause I be seeing these rappers, and I be seeing them do like or try to do athletic shit. I seen Cameron play Jim Jones at basketball, bro.
It was a sight to see, or not to see.
Like, you know, in this realm I'm in as a content creator, you get invited to go different places.
Yeah.
You can be a part of celebrity games and shit. You see these rappers and it be like, hold on, bro. Like y'all niggas is y'all thugs and all, but you can't fucking catch. Like, y'all can't shoot. What the fuck was y'all doing?
But I can throw them hands though.
Man, listen here.
I can let that chopper bang though.
If you're not athletic, bro, you can't fight. I don't give a fuck who you are.
Yeah, that's an athletic type of thing.
Bro, fighting is still some type of athleticism. Athleticism.
There you go. Yeah, scissor. Do that athleticism on
you
there.
the boss around here.
Yeah, hey.
The fucking boss. Hey, look, bro, you gotta have some type of athleticism. Now that sounds better. Athletic. So, and I fuck with Cam though. Like, bro, this nigga really is a person that is, he got a lot of information. For him to answer a call, I reached out to him, and for him to be so insightful, it's like, yo, I'm trying to do this, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, blah, 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 blah. Like, cool. What him and Mace was able to do, it is what it is. It's very admirable.
Yeah.
To see what, like, bro, why we can't all get along?
Facts.
We ain't shit, nigga. It's so much money out here, nigga.
Do you think that's promotion for a fight or something?
No. That's a career killer. Cause the fact that Chad Ochocinco came back from getting knocked out too.
Yeah, I ain't getting knocked out again.
No, but that ain't what y'all want to do. Y'all just keep it content.
Keep it content.
Keep it content.
Keep it content.
And it's gonna boost both of y'all. If y'all both smart, it'll boost both of y'all ratings up.
Yeah.
Aha, this is a part of the plan.
Yeah.
But damn. But if we, shit. But moral of the story, old niggas act like old niggas, young niggas stay in your motherfucking place.
There you go.
Next clip.
Reunion. Hello, y'all. I was selling crack on the
About because we all seen it. Tank versus Roach went down on Saturday in New York, and the results wasn't what a lot of people wanted or expected. It did end in a majority draw. So based off of what you saw, Mace, do you feel like there was a clear winner?
Real quick, I know Mace usually starts. Mace, you mind if I start?
Yeah, go ahead. You go. I got my popcorn.
Because I just want to say something to your credit.
Okay.
This is really to your
I
credit.
really mean my popcorn.
Yeah. Because a lot of times I'll be like, this nigga Mace he be bugging, yo. Like, I don't say it out loud because your opinion is your opinion. Mace always says, yo, don't bring this nigga out with you because they're not going to win if you bring this nigga out with you. Talking about football games, basketball games. And I'll be sitting here like, I don't really know, but then I got it when the fight went on. When you got that type of energy and you breathing that energy when everybody's sad and mad and depressed and try to look happy, but they not really happy, it gets into you. You have to keep sage in that environment. When you're in that environment, it lingers into the fight, and that's kind of the result of the fight. So I just want to give, before we get into the actual fight, I just want to tell you, I see what you're talking about now, because the people you with could possibly fuck your energy up for some shit that you supposed to do. You can't come out with that energy, man. It's bad energy, man. It is bad energy, man. Nobody's happy over there. Everybody's sad. Everybody act like they happy. You ever see that movie? I'm pretty sure you've seen Goodfellas.
Yeah.
And it's a part in Goodfellas where Sam Rothstein, who's played by Robert De Niro, they having mad fun. And Nikki, who's played by Joe Pesci, they over there just looking at them niggas like, yeah, we're having fun too. They not having no fun. Tank, get out of there. Get out of there. But let's get to the fight, Murder. I see what you're talking about now when you talk. Murder, and this has nothing to do with Murder. Murder says this about basketball games, football. I'm saying this that I see where he's talking about. Nasty work. Nasty work, man.
You gotta have greatness with you. I remember we was talking about the Eagle game, and I said, if what was that? I said if Meek Mill walked them out, they're not gonna win a championship. Meek didn't walk them out, they end up winning that championship. It's just something about it. Like I remember Terrence Crawford came out with Eminem.
Mm-hmm.
And he went on to have one of those moments, you know what I'm saying? It says a lot, you know. Who else was that?
Well, on the opposite end of the spectrum, this is what fucked the Lions up. When you bring out Jello.
Mm-hmm.
And listen.
See the writing's on the wall.
Yeah, Jello not from Brooklyn, and them niggas wasn't from Brooklyn.
No.
Yeah,
in this fight, I mean, I'm trying to be serious.
Yeah, man.
All right. Let's get into the real Tank now.
Question at hand, yes.
Yeah, I mean, this fight with Tank, let me start by saying this. Tank is a phenomenal talent. I was really taken aback when Tank said he might be ready to retire. The last person that was a great boxer that I heard say they were ready to retire was Roy Jones, and we saw how that ended up. And Roy Jones is, you know, one of those boxers that I really admired all the way through his career. But when you start talking that retirement talk, you always take a step back. It's hard to have words going backwards and go forward aggressively. And another thing was that it looked like he switched the team up. As much as they try to say it wasn't that, it was that. And this shows you that. Like, I remember one time I was somewhere and I was trying to do some music or something. And I let the guy hear the music. He's like, yo, you got to get back with D-Dot. At first, I didn't want to hear it. But it's something about the original people that you were with. Like they play a part in your success. Like they play a part in your energy. They play a part in what you produce. And sometimes you don't know that you're missing something until you actually don't have that person around. You know what I'm saying? And this is what the fight looked like to me. I think it would be a totally different outcome if Calvin Ford was there the entire fight. So a lot of this has to
not to cut you off, Mason. He was there. He wasn't the one man. He been reduced to the, well, you seen it, but he been reduced to the nigga sticking his head paws through the rope.
Yeah, and that's a part of the problem.
Right. Yeah, no, I agree with you.
You got there, you said, I mean, one of the things he said that, I guess when he was growing up, Calvin was like a father to him. So there's going to be some bad luck just by putting him in a different position. I just know that from experience. So, you know, I think he lost the fight, if we're being really honest. Tank, you lost that fight. I mean, the only reason they gave you the fight was because you would make more money as a champion, but there's no way it's a draw, and they didn't call the knockdown. If they called a knockdown, you lost that unanimously. So I'm going to go on a record before everybody else tells you 100% you lost without blinking, hand up the guard, strike me right here. You lost that fight. And I think everybody believes that. I think everybody believes that. I don't think nobody, being really honest with you, would say that you won that fight. And I think this makes a great second fight if he fights him again. And I think this gave Shakur Stevens even more confidence than he had before. He walked out of there thinking he's ready. I was happy to see the fight.
Okay.
Yeah, and just to piggyback off of what you said, after this performance, this definitely looks like Shakur could be a better boxer than Tank. See, the thing about it with Tank, to me, is that Tank, when he fights, he knows he could turn up something in the middle of that fight to knock somebody out. He usually starts off slow. Round 3, 4, maybe 5, 6, he starts turning it up to where he outsmarts his opponent because they forget their strategy. They try and get into a phone booth with him, and then he ends up knocking you out to where Roach stuck to the game plan the whole time. He stuck to the game plan. I'm with Mace. I think he lost the fight. That referee has a lot of experience. For you not to call that knee a knockdown is crazy, bro. It's crazy. And we know as boxing fans, or if that's really boxing fans, the only knockdown of Floyd Mayweather's career is when his hand was hurting and he took a knee. He still ended up winning the fight, as we know he's 50-0, but he took a knee and it counted as a knockdown. For you to take a knee and the referee not call it, that's crazy. Then the excuse after why he took a knee was even more crazy. He said he had grease in his eye. People fight with blood in their eye, all type of stuff, from headbutts, etc. The leverage that you have as a superstar is amazing. And listen, you know the slogan stat, if you can get away with it, get away with it. But that was out of this case. Yeah. This is totally the referee fault because you can't blame the judges. The reason you can't blame the judges is because if the referee then count it as a knockdown, you can't score it as a knockdown. So that puts the judges in a compromising position for that particular round. So yeah. Secondly, Roach came to fight, bro. I seen I seen a different type of respect that Tank had for Roach, knowing that they fought when they was 11 years old, etc., everything else. But Tank usually comes in fucking with his opponent, pushing them off the stage, making them flinch. He had a different respect for Roach. You know, they know each other. It was even during the press conference, they was talking a little shit, and they said something about Roach's mother, and Roach was like, my mom's right there. She liked to see when I beat people ass. He's like, oh, your mother here? Oh, I can't do this no more, man. I got mama Duke here. Tank wouldn't have cared anybody else. Well, you know, he would, I don't know why you brought your mother here, nigga. You know what I'm saying? But that goes to show the respect that he had for them. And I think that played a part in the fight. Not saying Roach ain't come to fight because he knew this was a great opportunity that he had. And he took advantage of the opportunity. If Roach had more power, I'm looking at him 27 fights, 25 1-1, or 25 1-2 draws now, with 10 knockouts. If he had more power, Tank would have went down off a few of them punches. He would have definitely went down. And I'll wrap things up lastly after, of course, I agree with Mace. Tank lost by a point or two, in my opinion, but I'll wrap this up lastly by saying this. Whatever people have against Floyd Mayweather as their fighters, as their boxers, as etc., as time goes along, Floyd brings you out, etc. I can't sit here and say why niggas is disputing over over girls, over money, over business, over whatever. I'm not about to approach none of that. I have no fight dogging none of this fight. All I'm saying is this: whatever the reason niggas is beefing with Floyd has to be crazy, because no matter what, if I don't like Floyd and I'm Floyd's boxer, me personally, and I think, Floyd, he don't like me with girls, or he don't like me with money, he don't like me this, he don't like me with that. Even how smart I am, Cameron, if I was a boxer, I would put all that to the side and have Floyd Mayweather in my training camp for the 2 months, or at least an hour or two a day, to soak in that knowledge that Floyd Mayweather has. I may not like him, I may think he's an asshole, I may think a bunch of shit, but what's not disputed is Floyd Mayweather's boxing IQ and his statistics and how he gets money. That's the least I would do if I didn't get along with Floyd Mayweather. Come to my camp at least an hour a day. I don't like you, you don't like me. We got business together. But his IQ alone, I would need in my camp alone. Floyd knows how to tell Ryan, come in 3 pounds overweight. He knows how to tell Tank, yo, don't let Ryan bulk up after the weigh-in. Don't keep the hydration clause so he don't bulk back up. He knows the tricks of the trade. He tells Canelo, now, I'm not fighting you with that, but if you lose weight and come to 154, I'll fight you at 154. It ain't just in the ring IQ, it's all the tricks that come around the fight that he's well-versed at and very experienced in. So I know, and I just Tank because I know Floyd has different discrepancies with different niggas, but if you have Floyd Mayweather in your training camp, in your corner, I don't see people losing if you're a decent fighter.
Yeah, and that is 100% right, because Tank is a better fighter when he's with Floyd than he is without Floyd. A lot of the fights that came after was the residue of Floyd being around, little things he was able to take. But as time goes on, you can go back to some of your old ways, and that's what this fight looked like. He went back to the Tank before he was with Floyd. And what else I wanted to say on this fight? I think in the future, if he don't make a change, he's gonna definitely lose, and he's gonna lose by knockout. Because it remind me a lot about like how Tyson was when he ran up against somebody that wasn't scared. Because if you think about it, Roach fought him toe to toe the whole fight, so he wasn't running. He took his best shot, pause, and still contributed. He never backed down, and I think he kept Tank thinking the whole fight. And I'm definitely an advocate of Tank. Want to see him do well. But you gotta make these changes, and you gotta go back to Calvin for it. I know the other guy, you may know him, but that's not the look.
Okay, so before we even move on from this topic, because Cam, you brought it up, but I kind of wanted to go a little bit deeper into discussion about it. So obviously, the most controversial part really kind of was his hair grease statement, because obviously Tank did voluntarily take a knee. And so in response by saying, I just got my hair done 2 days ago and she put grease in my shit, so the sweat and grease dripping in my face and burning my eyes. How do we even keep that from even happening again? Like, what's the change
Why
supposed
would he
to be?
even throw Lee? What's her name? Lee B the brand. Why would you even throw Lee B the brand out there like that? You be like, yo, you messed my. I got a thing I'm doing. I don't throw your boxing under the bus. How you gonna say it was the grease? Like, yo, and then she posted. If you go look at the post, she posted that the grease that she used on his hair had pretty much no grease in it.
Yeah, she did say that. She went after the fact and confirmed she didn't even use grease. So,
Yeah.
Which is also a crazy conversation in general. But yeah, Cam, what's also your thoughts on that part?
And blame snacks, and you
the whole
can't
thing
blame.
about it is this. And listen, Bray, I'm a fan. I'm a fan of niggas, like, pause. I'm a fan of niggas getting fly and dressing well and, looking good and everything else. I think Tank had a dope jacket on. I like this jacket and everything else. But sometimes niggas be too focused on the look and not the fight.
Yeah.
And making sure that everything else is right. It's the same thing where a lot of people last night compared, not to beat a dead horse, pause, but when niggas came out with niggas, when Tank came out with niggas, they compared it to when Devin Haney wore the essentials. you know what I'm
He
saying?
got knocked down like 4 times.
Yeah, exactly. So sometimes looking good, which is, like I said, I'm a fan of that. And this is nothing new. We looked at, for years, Floyd set the standard. Ostrich shorts, level fur shorts, everything else. And it's dope looking good, all the way back to Prince Nassim, Hector Camacho. A bunch of people came in looking good. But that's not the main thing. The main thing is the fight. So we know 2 things. It's a contact sport.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to get punched. Secondly, we know you're going to sweat. I could see this being a problem if this wasn't his 30th fight, a 30-second fight. This is your 30-second fight. So whatever's been working for you as far as keeping the grease out your face, everything, just go back to that. But how you stop it from happening? Come nappy. Get it done after the fight. Come Tretch, naughty by nature. You know what I mean? Come with the afro out, nigga. Like, everything ain't about the look. I get it. It's a great look. Cause listen, I ain't gonna say and hold you. If I had a fight, or if I'm a boxer, I'm coming out fresh too. Cause you gotta think, them niggas ain't wearing that shit for free. You get money for that.
Mm-hmm.
You get paid for that. But you know what works for the last few fights. You know what happens. You know what to do not to keep it in your face, bro.
Yeah, just don't throw Lee B the brand under the bus. That's all we ask.
Yeah. Okay, and then the last question about it, and Mace, you started to answer it. Would you want to see a rematch?
No. Me personally, I don't want to see a rematch because I think if he comes back and he knocks Roach out, then it kind of dismantles what happened the first time. But if Roach actually win, then it looked like I had his number all along. This is kind of turning into like a Roy Jones Tarver thing. To me, that's how I look at it. Like somebody you've been fighting since you was younger. They always said they could beat you. And this is another one. You gotta remember the first 2 times that Roach lost to Javante, he thought he won those fights. So now to get here on the big stage and now be able to say, y'all know I won this fight. So now this is the 3rd one he feels like he won. But I don't know if he wins the next one. I'm not sure of that. But if he was able to pull it off, then it will be the biggest win of his career. I think right now that one fight turned him into a superstar. So to your question, I'm split about it. Pause.
Okay. Yeah.
I would love to see that fight again. To be honest with you, this was one of the best fights I've seen in a long time. That Benavidez fight was really good as well. That Benavidez fight got swept under the rug because it was the same night Luka ended up getting traded for Davis, so people didn't talk about that fight a lot. But this was a sensational fight, man.
Yeah.
I would love to see this fight again. It wasn't like it was some dull-ass fight because niggas are sitting there waiting for Tank to knock this nigga out, and it wasn't. And it wasn't like Homeboy was running. Roach was pushing forward the whole fight. So to Mason's point, it may not be the same fight again, but do I want to see it? Absolutely, I want to see it again. Not to mention, he came up in weight 5 pounds up to 135 to actually have this fight. He's a lighter fighter than that. So I would love to see it. Is it the same result? No, but that was a great fucking fight last night. It was a really good fight, especially a few times when we seen the nigga actually stagger Tank. He actually hit Tank and staggered the nigga a couple times.
Like 3 times.
Yeah, and then not only that, like I said, he get in the gym and put some little more. He caught Tank well. I'm not going to say he would knock Tank out, but he could have put him down a couple times if he had a little more power. But he has exceptional boxing skills. I'm not saying his boxing skills is up to par with Shakur, not even a little bit. I'm not pushing that envelope. But this is the problem with people with Shakur. And I know Shakur thinks we don't like him or whatever, but the point is he's one of the best boxers in the world. He's just not a great knockout artist, and a lot of people want to see knockout artists. So when it comes to boxing, I think Roach is a great boxer. I became a fan last night after seeing his boxing skills. He wasn't rattled. He wasn't impressed.
Yeah.
He even reminded me of Kawhi Leonard in the face pause because he had the same face when he came to the fight and the same face when he left. His poker face never changed. He didn't smile. He didn't frown. That nigga was really diligent on how he approached this fight. Would I love to see it? Absolutely. Absolutely. I think that there was a sensational fight, especially with the anticipation of, okay, Tank gonna get him this round. Okay, Tank gonna get him this round. Oh, it's round 5, he gonna get him in 7. Sin was doing that because he's a Tank fan, which we all a Tank fan.
Yeah.
But Sin was doing that. Sin's like, nah, he gonna go in the 8th. Tank gonna turn up in 8th. Then it gets to, this fight is gonna be 10. Oh, no, he's saving it for the 12th. And it never happened. So Tank fans are waiting for that to where everybody, and possibly me too, thinking, okay, maybe you're going to get him, but Roach had other plans. I would love to see the fight.
Yeah, Roach came out there like y'all niggas got me messed up.
Yeah, that's what he said.
He didn't even like that. That's how he was fighting, because he was in his face the whole time.
Yes, exactly.
And the 2 times that Tank caught him, was crazy. He took his best shot and still was right there. He didn't back up. He didn't start dancing around the ring. He stayed right there the whole time.
Absolutely.
And I think that's why for me he won the fight. He was landing power punches, and if they think it's a draw, he was bringing the fight to Tank the whole entire time since the bell rung the first time. So that got to count as well.
Right. See, the reason I do want to see this fight again, Murder, is because let's think about this. Even though he's at 130, moved up to 135 to fight, is that, and I'm not wishing nothing bad on Roach. I was listening to niggas say, you can't kill roaches, nigga. When last time you killed the roach, nigga, it's hard to kill a roach. But what I was going to say is that the reason why this rematch needs to happen, because, and like I said, I'm not jinxing anything, I'm just giving what-if scenarios. If he goes and fights a Shakur and loses, so now it looks like Shakur is better than Tank. Or if he goes and fights a Keyshawn and loses, it looks like Keyshawn could possibly be Tank. You're not going to get no more money than Tank right now, no matter who you fight. So to take a risk with somebody else, not saying you don't want to be established as the best boxer, not saying you don't have a chance with the boxers I just named. The biggest, people already thought you was going to lose. So now you're going to get more money. It's not a bigger money fight out there. It's people out there starving to fight Tank because of the money they can make fighting Tank. So for you to have an opportunity to fight him again and make more money than you just made, I wouldn't turn that down.
Yeah.
Okay. So now we're going to switch gears to basketball. So Joel Embiid is officially out for the remainder of the season due to ongoing issues with his left knee. The team is still trying to find solutions, but we obviously do not have a timetable for that. So with that being said, what do you think is next for Embiid, Mace?
That's easy. Rest is what's next for him. He's not gonna play in the playoffs. If he have this surgery, it wouldn't make sense to bring him back. We tried this last year. Last year we was talking about him sitting out and them actually moving up in the draft if they would have done it. But now they find themselves at the same place that they were last year. And I remember I said this on a show that, time tells you who was right. When people think, oh, this person is right, but they both got a point. Time tells you somebody was right and somebody was wrong. And this is what happens when you look at Joel Embiid. He should have set out last year. If he would have set out last year, this could potentially be a championship team this year. They wasn't going to win it last year. They had a better chance winning it this year. If he was healthy, then Paul George came in. Then they got Maxey. They were able to get rid of homeboy that went to Detroit. So this was a great team in the making if they made the right decisions. But timing played a role in the demise, and he just got to rest up and get ready for next year. And next year when you come back, Joel, you have to go to Denver. I'm not taking you serious until you show up in Denver at least twice. But the first time I'm gonna think you trying it, pause. The second time I know you for real. You gotta go back through Denver. And people think on this show we taking shots at people. We're not. We're just calling it straight. We're just calling everything straight is exactly the way it is. So with that being said, I think what's on the calendar for him is rest. Is no reason to ice his knee up, give him cortisone shots, put him back on the floor, only to get him injured. And next year we'd be having the same conversation. That's poor management.
Yeah, we knew this was inevitable. We knew this was going to happen. But Mace is 100% correct. Rest. The guy been playing last year, tried to play through the playoffs, did the best he could do, went to the Olympics all summer, didn't play a lot, but he still was there. Right now, him taking off, you got basically the whole March. So right now, even if you come back at the start of the season, which I don't even think he should come back at the start of the season, you got 8 months to rest, surgery, whatever procedures you're going to do, figure it out what's going on with your leg or your knee or whatever the point is, whatever the problem is. But you have a minimum of 8 months to rest. And not just 8 months to rest and recover. Set a goal for Christmas. And if that's not realistic, that's not realistic. Now, I'm not comparing him to Mitchell Robinson for the Knicks. Mitchell Robinson just came back for the first time this season. It's March. The playoffs is next month. And I'm not saying that the Sixers have the luxury of having Joel Embiid out until March next year and think that they're going to make a run at the title. They absolutely do not have the luxury of that. But if you want a healthy Joel Embiid to give you the best opportunity, I'm looking at Christmas. And hopefully that Paul George and Tyrese Maxey, now that Podcast P hung the podcast up during the season, it looks like he's good enough to help them at least get to a playoff spot till Christmas. Even as 9-10 in the play-in, 4th, 5th, 6th, there is no reason that the Sixers should be sitting out of the playoffs right now.
Yeah, with Paul 2 stars.
Yes, it's no reason that they should not be in playoff contention. There's no reason the Orlando Magic is ahead of you. And we seen what Orlando did last year. I mean, Banchero and them niggas, they really good. And he's been hurt this year. So, we're going to talk about Suggs later. But the point being is, we seen the strides that Cleveland took this season so far. Get the rest. Hopefully the Sixers can hold on by Christmas, if that's a realistic date. I don't know exactly what's wrong with you. It may take a whole year for you to sit out. But at the end of the day, You might as well get back to 100%. And if it's not 100%, at least get yourself back to 85, 90% to give the Sixers a chance.
Yeah. So the thing with the Sixers, it's definitely a big question mark because unfortunately they have dealt with a lot of injuries. And obviously Embiid is only 30 years old. And this season he only played 19 games. How long do you really see him playing for? And I'm not saying like, oh, Embiid needs to hang it up, but it's like, when do we kind of have that conversation if he keeps getting hurt?
And I think that all is based upon when you talk about how long you play, that's connected to family. That's a family decision. I don't think that really comes down to just basketball. Sometimes you start thinking about your mobility and how that's going to affect your raising of your children and things like that. And then the family start having that conversation with you. I think guys that really love the game, they never think about retiring until somebody start having that conversation with them. So for me, it would be like asinine for me to even say it should be this time or that time for Joel Embiid. I could see Joel Embiid playing at least 8 more years in the league. You know, it definitely if I see LeBron playing 4 or 5 more. So I think Embiid got at least 3 more than that if he could be healthy. But if not, he's going to be somewhere around 6 or 5 right there with LeBron.
Okay.
I think there's no timetable on this, but all these big men career don't end well outside of Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. We seen Shaq, and Shaq my dude, and Shaq know this too. You know, Shaq got passed around like the fruit punch of the party at the end of the career. You know, we sat there and see Shaq with Cleveland.
The Suns.
Then to see Shaq with Boston.
Was crazy.
Was crazy. Yeah. Then, you know, to see Patrick Ewing with the Seattle Supersonics, to see Hakeem Olajuwon with, I forget what team he ended up going towards. For outside of Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, it doesn't usually end well for the big man because there's always place for a center in the NBA. But when you look at our superstars and we sit there and say we want something out of them, pause, as far as we want to see the old Shaq, we want to see the old Hakeem, we want to see Hakeem. You know, it's like, that's why to me, Mike Tyson is still able to go get $20 million for a fight, exhibition fight, whatever you want to call it, because you want to double back and remember when Mike used to knock niggas the fuck out. Yo, I want that time again if you're old enough to see it. And his value is still there to go get a fight with somebody like Jake Paul. And don't get me wrong, Jake Paul brought a lot of value to that. But he knew bringing Tyson was a big value as well. And I just don't think it ends well for big men. I can't see how long he's going to be playing in that. But one thing we do know is this. When Joel Embiid is healthy, he's a monster. He's a real problem.
Yeah.
The problem is he's not healthy that often. He's actually made more money sitting on the bench than he's played in games. I don't actually have that stat in front of me, but I had it in a few of my notes previously to where he made something like $144 million, don't quote me on this, on the court, and made $148 million on the bench.
Yeah, he made $125 million earned from the games that he's missed, which is crazy. Yeah.
It's crazy. $125 million. I'm not rushing to get back out there. I'm still eating. I said I'm hurt. So hopefully you have a good offseason, whether it's surgery, whether it's rest, whatever it is, and we can see the Joel Embiid that we've seen in the past when he's healthy. But as far as another 8 years, I'm not going to give him that. Not with the health we've been seeing. $125 million sitting down. I don't see it. I don't see 8 years.
Yeah. And then all jokes aside, I'm hoping he feels better because I want to see him play. Like at the end of the day, like these are the matchups that we want to see. We want to see Embiid versus Jokic. We want to see Anthony Davis. Like these are the players that I'm trying to see play. So hopefully they figure something out, but it's something that's difficult to fix. And it's not going to happen overnight. So we'll see what happens. Tonight, the Sixers will play the Blazers. Underdog has Tyrese Maxey at 29.5 points. In their last game, he had 5 points versus the Warriors, so he had an off game. But Mace, do you think he'll have higher or lower for this game?
Then 29 points? Mm-hmm. Is that just points?
Yeah.
Ooh. I'm going lower.
The Magic?
No, the Blazers.
The Blazers, pardon me. Where's the game?
In in Philly.
In Philly, I'm gonna go higher. He should have a good game against the Blazers. The Blazers aren't that sensational. 5 points, you gotta have a bounce back game from 5 points. Don't fuck up Cold Cam, Tyrese. Don't. Cold Cam been killing this season. Do not fuck it up.
Okay, and Scoot Henderson's at 20 and a half points, rebounds, and assists in the last game versus the Cavs. He had 15 points, 6 assists, and 4 rebounds. Higher or lower? Cam.
I'm gonna go lower. I haven't really been keeping up with Scoot after probably the first half of his rookie season, because I was seeing who they got rid of Damian Lillard for. And I'm like, you get rid of this, and I understand it's a time limit with all these teams. Get rid of CJ McCullough for Simons, because Simons was killing. Then you get Scoot Henderson, get rid of the Trailblazers, and they're not doing half the job that CJ McCullough and Damian Lillard was doing with the Blazers. I know they're young. I know they still have some time, but until further notice, I'm going under right now because he's not living up to the expectations that I know the fans and especially the Portland Trailblazers was expecting.
I'm going to go higher.
Higher for Scoop. Okay, make sure you guys download the Underdog app and you can make your picks too. We're going to go to break. When we return, we will discuss the Warriors' loss to the Sixers. Don't go anywhere.
She called this thing about toxic.
What? Just fine.
They've been stating that they're gonna win a championship. So I think this is just a part of the process there. I don't think that Draymond Green will lie to that degree. I think if he's gonna talk that crazy, they're definitely gonna put up a better front before the season is up. I look forward to lost this game, but I don't think they'll continue to lose this way.
Yeah, listen, we go to see since this trade the difference that Jimmy Butler makes. Jimmy Butler didn't play in that game against the Sixers.
Mm-hmm.
Jimmy Butler makes a difference on this Golden State team. I think they only have one loss when he's playing. He's a bucket, literally. Sorry, Stat, he's not on Miami anymore.
I'm sick about it.
Yeah,
I'm
because
so sick
we
about
see
it.
how good Jimmy Butler is when he's happy. He always, when he leaves, when he exits a team, we know we get to walk off the court, don't come to practice, take his own flights to the game. But a happy Jimmy Butler is a walking bucket, and this is the difference when he's playing and not. Back to Mace's point when he said Draymond said that they're going to want to chip. That's just confidence, and I believe Draymond believes what he says. But that's what Jimmy Butler. He said that statement after the Jimmy Butler trade happened, because you got to think about this. You got Andrew Wiggins, the difference between Jimmy Butler and Andrew Wiggins. You can't give Andrew Wiggins the ball, which he should have been at this point by now in his career, and tell niggas to get out the way. He's not that type of player. Jimmy Butler takes so much pressure off Steph Curry. That's amazing. You got Draymond Green running a point forward. A lot of people don't know Draymond Green has the most triple doubles in Golden State Warrior history. Out of all of the legends that came through Golden State, he is the number one player with the most triple doubles, because that comes to attributors. Don't get me wrong, he down there grinding, getting boards, scoring his points. But you got Klay Thompson most of your career, and you got Steph Curry. They knocking down shots. Now with a Jimmy Butler, it gets you back to somewhat of what Klay Thompson was doing. Not necessarily as far as the jump shots, but it gets you a bucket. And I don't really count that loss against the Sixers because Jimmy wasn't playing. Should they have won the game without Jimmy Butler? Absolutely. But it still is important. Well, pardon me, not important. We see how important Jimmy Butler is to this Golden State Warrior roster. Right now, they're actually tied for 6 with the Clippers. So you sit there and say, damn, they might. We were just looking at it before the All-Star break. I think they was right underneath the play-in or in the play-in. And now they're tied for not being in the plan ever since Jimmy Butler got there. So I don't make much of this loss against the Sixers. He was out with back spasms. He'll be all right. And he makes his Warrior team a much better team. So I'm not really concerned about that loss to the Sixers. Are the Sixers going to be all right, Stat? No, not this season. They're not going to be all right. It took too long for Paul George to get the podcast up. We know Joel Embiid is hurt. Tyrese Maxey, he's a small guard out there trying to do what he can do. He can't carry the team by himself. We only seen one person ever do that, and that was Allen Iverson. And he still came up short against Kobe and Shaq, but he got them to the championship. Somebody that small cannot lead a team by themselves to the championship outside of Allen Iverson. Oh, we just never seen it done. But who's to say that they don't sneak in the playoffs, the Sixers, and at least get to the playoff spot outside the play-in, but I don't see them going out past the first round.
What about Miami? Are we ever going to see Miami against that?
I mean, yeah, they are not performing how I want them to because I'm a little salty because the Warriors are literally like Cam said, 8-1 with Jimmy Butler now. And we knew that was going to happen because like you said, Jimmy Butler is happy where he is now. That's why I was saying this is literally Tyler Hero's team. So it's like we have to follow suit with what he does, which is great, I guess, but it's still not enough for me. So,
it's
hey,
a problem
I'm
when it's Tyler Hero's team.
I'm optimistic.
Triple J? Where Triple
He's
J
still
at?
there, but it's to
Isn't
me,
this
it's just
great
not
for Triple J? Get to play now and be the man.
It's actually not great because it's just not. It's not where we're not where we need to be, and that's fine for now.
My goodness,
For now. I'm a little frustrated and I am a little salty. Make sure you guys check out my last episode of Check Out the Stack so you guys can hear the saltiness that I had because I go a little bit more into depth about it and the Heat and where I see them going for the rest of the season. But yeah, we're in a little pickle and it happens. So whatever. I'll be fine. It's okay. Okay. And then I do want to shout out on the Sixers, Quentin Grimes, because he did drop 44 points in that game versus the Warriors, which a lot of people weren't expecting him to even have that type of play. So shout out to them for winning that game. But I think that this is still a little bit of a rarity. The Warriors are balling right now, so we can expect more from them throughout the season while the Sixers continue to figure it out. Okay, so next we're going to talk about the Magic. Right now, they're the 8th seed in the East. We don't actually talk about them too much, but right now, Jalen Suggs will undergo knee surgery with no timetable for return. Or is hoping he has a speedy recovery because that's not news that we want to hear. But with the absence of Suggs, Mace, what is your opinion on the Magic?
I really hope as being a Floridian that they hold on to this league because this is why they shouldn't have gotten rid of Markelle Fultz. This is exactly the player they need now that he's going into surgery and they're at the 8th seed. I think with this team, if you don't have Suggs on that perimeter, you definitely are missing a guard that could play defense, that could stop somebody else, and they're gonna need that on the East Coast, especially as good as Cleveland is playing, Boston is playing, Philly, even Indiana guards. You know, you gotta have somebody that could stop somebody. So with this being the case, him going out is like a nightmare for their chances. Because I was looking forward to seeing them lose in the first round, but at least make it. And this now put them back as a play-in team. I wouldn't be surprised if they go on a losing streak and end up in the play-in. That's what it says to me. Because Suggs is that important to that team.
Yeah, I don't have much to say about it. Mason's 100% correct. They need everybody on that team. They had a great year last year, and we're going to see how they built off the success of last year. But Banchero missed a handful of games this year with injury. Now you got Suggs out. I think that team needs to be complete just to get to the second round. I can't even say much more than Mason's sake. Possibly a play-in and possibly missing the playoffs. But Banchero is one of them players that can wield them. Like, we were just talking about Jimmy Butler, not comparing him to Jimmy Butler and Andrew Wiggins. But I'll take him as a scorer over Andrew Wiggins. He could go for 40. He could go for 50. Will he do it when it counts? And how much help will he have?
Okay. And then the Celtics beat the Nuggets 110-103. But I want to make this about the Nuggets real quick. So, Mace, among the teams in the West that are considered threats, regardless of their standings, their rankings right now, where do you rank the Nuggets as far as how much of a threat they are?
I think the Nuggets are right there, pause at the top. You know, for me, even though you got OKC and you got all a few other teams playing very well, I think when it's all said and done, I got the Nuggets right at the top. That it doesn't matter who's playing well because you got to beat Joker and Murray in 7 games, and I don't think anybody's shown me that that's just gonna be the case at this point, right? So at this point, I'm definitely going with Denver out of the West for me.
Yeah, I like the Nuggets a lot. When you got a healthy Murray and then you got a healthy Joker, and then, like I said before in previous shows, this is kind of the best that Russell Westbrook has been playing in the last couple of years. I like them a lot. But pardon me. But the one thing, pardon me, y'all, the one thing that's going to have to give is Michael Porter Jr. You have to be a reliable third option. And it's too many years for you not to be a reliable third option, Michael Porter Jr. You know, we sat there and watched them get rid of Bruce Brown and Caldwell Pope left. They left. They didn't mind losing them players, Denver organization I'm talking about, because they're saying, okay, Michael Porter Jr. should have stepped up by now and been a reliable third option. If he doesn't step up and be a reliable third option, I'm not sure where Denver's going to be. I like Denver coming out the West myself, but those key components to that championship team, a few of them are gone, and Michael Porter Jr. has not done anything to show improvement on his game. He has the same game that he has when he came in the league. He has not improved on anything. You are 6'10". You could shoot. You could go to the basket. Play like you're 6'10". To me, Michael Porter Jr. is where Ben Simmons was when Ben Simmons was good, before Ben Simmons went into whatever the fuck he has going on. Because Ben Simmons, people forget he's a 3-time All-Star. Michael Porter Jr. is not an All-Star, and I don't even think he's as good as Ben Simmons when Ben Simmons was balling, but you should be that good. And you can shoot. If he doesn't get it together and be a reliable third option, I can't count on Denver. As good as the Joker is, as good as Jamal Murray is, as good as Braum is playing on the team, as good as Russell Westbrook is doing with the Nuggets, it is all based on what Michael Porter Jr. does, how far the Denver Nuggets is going to go. Because everybody is on the scouting report for the Joker. They're on the scouting report for Jamal Murray. They're on the scouting report for Russell Westbrook. You're like, whatever. Yo, you're 6'10", and you can shoot. There's no reason you ain't have a couple 35, 40-point games this year.
Yeah, it ain't like nobody could double team him.
Right. So, I don't know. I think the Denver Nuggets' success is going to be based upon him. But I still would say with their championship experience and where they're at right now, I would pick Denver. Look, we're thinking about this right now. Nobody's going to talk about it. The great job that J.J. Redick is doing. This trade is looking like it's sensational. The Lakers are in second place right now as we speak. The Lakers in second place? I don't.
Oh, yeah, we are balling.
I don't.
So many questions.
Cam, we talked about this. It's who you with, Cam. It's who you with.
Yo.
That's wild. Like,
Yo,
who you
bro.
with? Yeah.
Anyway, man, the Lakers, there's no time outside the first 5 games of this season that I would have had the Lakers in second place, especially in March. As much as niggas gave niggas a hard time because of the podcast, him and LeBron had before the season, talking about, oh, he's just getting picked before the podcast. We got to think about this. They tried to get Danny Hurley to coach before J.J. Redick. It was somebody else they interviewed before J.J. Redick. Then they both turned the job down, and they say, okay, we'll take J.J. Redick. And J.J. Redick is doing a sensational job. So I have to give my hats off to LeBron for looking like he's 27 years old, and J.J. Redick controlling the team, the locker room, the environment. I seen a couple speeches that he had in the locker room. It looks like everybody's on the same page. And to me, Luka has not even played great yet. He's played good, he's played decent, but he hasn't played great yet. And if he plays great, this could be a dangerous team. Their center position, they're lacking, so I think this will hurt them in the playoffs. But their defense has been tremendous, talking about the Lakers, since Luka got there, they got Luka playing defense. He's trying. He's trying. I'll say that. At least he's trying. But for the Lakers to be in second place, I want to salute them right now. But Michael Porter, back to the original question. Michael Porter Jr., this is based on you on how far the Denver Nuggets will go.
Okay, and then Mace, real quick, just regarding the Lakers.
Oh, here we go.
This is your team. Are you willing to give JJ Redick his credit? Because I asked you this before.
It's not JJ Redick. It's actually me being with the Lakers. Where I go, people win.
Okay.
It seems like you go there after they win.
Coincidentally, all of a sudden,
have a show on this.
I'm just saying. It seems like you
it's
always
who you with.
You always end up with it.
I have a good energy. You go around people, they start winning.
But you don't be around the Lakers. You don't be around like this. Even goes back to the Chiefs murder. Actually, who the coach before? Pardon me. Who's the head? Pardon me, the quarterback before Patrick said, I don't know all that.
Cam, you're actually lending to my point.
Right.
I got there.
No, I understand.
And I get there and they start winning. Look at Bezo. I don't see why they don't get this. Everywhere I go, I win. And then if I show up, people start winning. So me going with the Lakers, we was skeptical about JJ Redick. I said, it might be a great idea if LeBron wins a championship with his son. Then that'll put him up there with Jordan. I said, not quite, but in the ballpark. And ever since then, it seemed like LeBron heard me from somewhere. I don't know.
But you never be around none of these people.
Cam, my word travels.
Okay, got it. Say no more.
Yeah, you got it.
They got an answer. I quit.
You got the right one. Nigga said his word travels.
I quit. You got it.
He literally does. He always has an answer too. Like I can't. I cannot.
What was wrong with that?
Nothing. It was great. That's the problem.
Okay,
it's always great.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. Last topic before we wrap. So the 49ers officially traded Deebo Samuel to the Commanders in exchange for a 5th round pick. As part of the trade, Washington is taking on the remainder of his contract and paying his full $17.55 million salary for the 2025 season. Without Samuels, do you think the 49ers are in a better or worse situation?
I don't know about that, but I know Magic Johnson is taking a page out of the Philadelphia Eagles book. He said, you know what, we get a powerful runner, we might have something to say. And I think that's what he did. But the 49ers, what a great organization, great coaching, great staff, great owners. I think if they made this trade, I would have to agree that they're smart enough to know what they're doing, and they must see something that we don't. That's actually what I would think. Thinking about what's his name, Shanahan, and the York family, they have to know something. This is like one of those underdog picks where they make a move and you don't know, it come back to be true.
Yeah, listen. At the end of the day, I think the Commanders are picking up a good piece. Are they doing as good as Washington did last year? Pardon me, not Washington, Philadelphia and Baltimore did last year? I'm not sure. But at the same time, the 49ers got sick of Deebo, saying he went out. Deebo been trying to get out of the 49ers the last 2 years, throwing tantrums, not showing up, dressing sassy, how he want to dress, coming through. Listen, he been wanting out, and they finally said, enough. Get ahead and leave. We don't want nobody who's not going to be here. Now, as far as the 49ers' success, I think the 49ers are going to be all right. We got to realize the 49ers was dealing with injuries since day one. Ayuk was hurt. McCaffrey was hurt. Deebo was actually hurt. Skittles played to Kittles. I call nigga Skittles. Kittles played 60, 70% majority of the season. They was out early. They have enough time to rest. So as long as the 49ers are healthy, I think they'll come back strong next season. But as far as Deebo's concerned, he went out and they gave him out. Think about this. This is a 5th round draft pick. They didn't get multiple draft picks. They didn't get a bunch of shit for him. They gave him a 5th round draft pick and said, take the nigga. Y'all deal with him. You think he's that good? You pay the $17 million, and we'll see how that goes.
Yeah, and I think behind the scenes, they're trying to free up that cap space for somebody like Tariq Hill that also wants to be on the move. So he has to find a home. And what better way to get rid of somebody that doesn't want to be there and get a talent in like Tariq Hill?
I'm gonna say this is like an ongoing thing, like with like athletes were already having their way, but I feel like they're extrally having their way because everybody that kind of wanted to leave or being put in a different situation has been granted that, which is good because it ends up working for them in their favor. But specifically for the Commanders, they're already in a good situation, right? And they don't really have much to lose because the whole narrative, like, well, we didn't think we were going to get here to begin with. They've proven us wrong each time. And most of their wide receivers are actually pending free agents. So it's like, this was just the perfect alley-oop for them. So I think that next year, they were already a problem. It's going to be a bigger problem. So shout out to the Commanders.
And I'm glad that you recognize that stat because when you say players getting their way, they really are. We had Dennis Schroeder a few weeks before the trade deadline talking about this is slave ship. They just sending people here, sending people there. Players getting their way, and if you get enough, you might get your way. Dennis Schroeder learned the hard way he isn't as good as he thought. He was on 72 teams in 3 hours. I don't know where he ended up at. Where's Dennis Schroeder playing at? Did they end up keeping him?
Was it in Utah or something?
I think they put him in Toronto or some shit.
Yeah, he's in the Pistons.
Okay. Well, that's actually a good situation right now. The Pistons is a great situation.
Yeah. So,
Is he starting?
It worked out in the end. He should be. He should be. But yeah, shout out Dennis Schroeder because, yeah, he got shipped away, but in a
He
good
didn't just
spot.
get shipped away. He got shipped all over.
He definitely did. But I don't know. They figured it out. They're good now. And the Pistons are in a better situation. So honestly, it was a blessing in disguise. That's what I'll say.
They're
to say
not
the
selling
least.
chicken no more.
Exactly.
So.
They good. They good over there. Okay. That is all the time that we have for today. Thank
Also,
y'all
real
for
quick,
watching.
Putting a bet for the Pistons to go to Eastern Conference Finals.
Whoa. You know something we don't?
No, the odds is good. Not surprising they playing really well. Not saying they're gonna make it. I'm just saying I'll put in a bet.
Who are you putting a bet up for, Mace?
I wouldn't bet, but I think on the East.
Yes.
Come on, they're not beating no Boston.
You said
not beating.
You
He
said
said
they
just
gonna get there.
yeah.
And Cleveland's doing well too. And the Knicks.
That's pause. That's gutsy to say they're gonna be at the Eastern Conference. I would go with Cavaliers in Boston.
Okay. Let us know who y'all got in the comments down below. But that's all the time that we have for today. Thanks for watching. And as always, it is what it is.
For the union. Hello, y'all.
That out there. Shador, you think Watch Buster can bust me? Shador.
Wow. That's that. May 25th. Y'all, we looking forward to it because there we go.
You heard him stat, right?
Yeah, it's clips. And I'll remember that's my birthday weekend. So
Everybody in the comments, y'all remember. That's it. And make sure y'all clip this and make sure that y'all tag them on the day.
Yes.
We're gonna hold you to it. All right.
Accountability. We are your accountability partners. We gotta hear that.
Triple CD. Now we even.
Y'all heard him.
Triple CD. The first one to do a triple.
Hey, Nick, you heard that, Nick, right?
Y'all heard it first. Next weekend, stay tuned.
May 25th.
We ready. Okay. So you spoke of Shador. We're going to talk about Shador. At the NFL Combine, of course, a lot of players got their shine. Shador told the press, if you ain't trying to change the franchise, don't get me. That was the statement that kind of left with a lot of people.
Shador!
Of course, he said a lot of other things. But an NFL insider revealed that a quarterbacks coach from a top 7 drafting team found him brash and arrogant during his interview. So people were saying they didn't really like the way that he was answering some of his questions based off of his personality. So after hearing that, and then just knowing the demeanor and personality that Shador has and the way he carries himself, what's your view on those comments calling him brash and arrogant, Mace?
Oh man, when I think about Shador, I think he come from a live stock. Pause. You know, he comes from greatness and.
What's good, y'all? It's not clickbait. I don't even like. Y'all know I like doing like skits and like just having fun on the internet. I don't really like talking about real life, but I feel like I have to, and it's getting to a point where I feel like I'm honestly getting. You know, when it comes to me just wanting to just be a dad. Y'all know how much like I love Halo. That's literally the best thing that ever happened to me. And this is literally my last resort. I feel like I don't have no type of like hurt, bro. Like I don't have no type of say so. And I keep getting this word thrown around like this is I don't give a if this make me seem childish. I just want to be able to see my son when I want to see my son, take my son when I want to take my son. Like, I don't care if this make me look childish, if I look like I'm on the internet crazy, whatever the I don't care, bro. Like, I don't care what nobody thinks. I literally just want to be in my son's life. And I feel like I'm getting bullied. I'm constantly being called a secondary parent, not a primary parent. And it's like, I just don't know what to do at this point. I don't know what to do. And that's why I'm like, maybe this will make her want to have to let me see my son. But I get to see him, but it's very minimal time. Like if y'all ever watch, I know I usually Snapchat when I'm with my son. I live stream every day, so y'all kind of get to see. I've been around girls all week because I don't get the chance to be a dad when I want to be a dad. Like you think I don't give a about hanging around those girls. I want to be around my son. You feel me? But since I can't be around my son, I'm obviously gonna work. I'm not finna sit in the crib, look at the wall and cry about this, you know? I'm gonna go work. So it's like every single day or every other day, I'm trying to see him. I'm trying to get him to come over or whatever. I never get him dropped off. I always go pick him up. I live far as so I'm driving hours to go get him, and then I get there and I can't get him. Or I can't see him. My son is sick right now. I want to see my son. I want to hold my son. I want to, you know what I'm saying? I just want to comfort him. I want to put him in the shower, get some steam in his nose so he can feel better. I don't get the chance to do that. I get pinned against the wall, and then everything else is variables on why I can't see my son. You feel me? Like it don't have nothing to do with me working, by the way. I'm not going to air out her business, but me and her has not been together for a long time. Like, I don't know what it is, but it's been going on for a minute where I just never got on the internet and said nothing. I mean, I might like throw like little subliminals or some shit like that, but it's like, bro, like, I don't want to get on the internet because at the end of the day, you know, this is something that can really like with him. But I'm really just coming on this as just a dad that really don't know what to do at this point. I've been dealing with this since he's been born, damn near. It's like I really feel like I'm a nanny at this point. The nanny has been able to have my son more than me, and I don't even know the nanny name. Like it's just not fair, bro. So I have to come on here and I gotta do this. I don't want to be on no shade room, bro. Like, I don't want to be on no blogs and no like that. I'm just trying to kick it, but I gotta do like this. Now I gotta go to court, do all this extra when it ain't even gotta be like that, bro. But today was my last straw. I'm like, all right, cool. Y'all, if y'all was watching me stream yesterday, y'all know I'm like, all right, I wasn't even gonna stream today. I'm like, I ain't streaming today. I'm gonna be with my son. I planned my whole day to be with him. My whole day was around that. And then I get there and I'm kicked out of the crib, can't see him, whatever. Mind you, we have our own lives. Like, she got her own going on. I got my own going on in terms of who with. Like, we not together whatsoever. We not boyfriend and girlfriend. So ain't got nothing to do with the content. Ain't got nothing to do with nothing. I've been dealing with this forever where I feel like I'm a secondary parent. And I know a lot of dads out there go through this. And the kids will never understand. Luckily, my son is only 1. So I don't have to like worry about him like feeling like, oh, my pop's not there. Every time I'm there, he got a smile on his face. He happy to see me, but he only can see me for no more than 48 hours. I haven't had to have my son to myself for longer than 72 hours, max. He's getting picked up, taken away. I can't come get him, whatever. Like, it's like, I don't know what to do at this point. I genuinely don't know what to do. And it's like, I'm just going to come on here and just say what I say and then get off. Go about my day. I just feel like this needs to happen. It needs to be some type of repercussions for this. Because I'm not a deadbeat. Nowhere near. I have inspired dads across the world to want to be in their kid life. Why make it harder for me? But I don't know what to say for real. I wouldn't say this was an impulsive decision, but it's just, bro, I'm just frustrated, bro. Like, yeah, I could take it off that emote. I'm just frustrated. And I just don't know what to do. And I hate that every time I got something going good, it's always some type of drama, some type of something going on in my life. I've been doing really good. I've been keeping my head down, just working, waking up every day, working, dealing with this on the same breath. Nobody will really know. And she got this golden image that I've also protected. And I'm like, all right, cool. I'm going to keep doing that because I'm a real. But this is foul, bro. Like, if I want to come get my son, I should be able to get my son. Plain and simple. And I wasn't even coming to take him. Like, today, I wasn't even going to take him out because he's sick. So I'm like, all right, cool. I'm going to just grab my son and go hang out with him downstairs. Me and her don't really speak like that. I'm like, all right, cool. I'm gonna take my son, go hang out downstairs. Whoop, I'm getting kicked out. No, like it's conversations where it's like the that's said to me is so if you heard it, it's on some leave us alone type. I'm like, bro, like now I can see if I like no in the world can tell me that I'm a deadbeat or a bad dad. No in the world can ever say that to me. If my son can talk, he'll tell you my pops is the realest ever. This me. I wish I can be around him more. I don't get the chance to, bro. It's not cool. Like, it's like, all right, like I have never took my son out of the state before. Never been able to. I don't have permission. Like, it's like I have a second mom. Like, I gotta ask my second mom, hey, can I take my son? Can I take our son somewhere? But if she want to get up and leave the country and leave the state, I get no say so whatsoever. I can't say one word because she tell me that she the primary parent. Like, it's like, bro, this not cool, bro. It's not fair, bro. Like, I promise y'all, I swear on my life, on my soul, on my son, I never wanted to come on here and say no shit like this, but I feel like this is the only way. So now if y'all don't see me with my son every day, y'all know I stream every day. Every day I don't see my son, I'ma number it. Let's see. I know she gonna let me see my son now. This is the only way. Behind closed doors, I have not been able to see my son. Only if we on perfect terms and she around is cool. But if we not, I don't get to see him. I don't care to do girl content, whatever that has nothing to do with anything that's work. That has nothing to do with me wanting to be around my son, like whatsoever. I don't give a who she talked to, who her is, who she filming movies with. I don't give a I care about my son. That's all I care about. Literally, that's all I care about. And when that's taken from me, she know that's the only way I get frustrated. That's the only way she can get under my skin, because I don't care what she does. We haven't been together. This might be a curveball to a lot of people, but me and her has not been together for a long time. A long time. Before that post, we've been not really together. We probably was on and off for a little bit. That's it. But further than that, we has not been together. This is the only thing that can bother me is with my son. Yeah, I know I don't even bring her name up when I get on live. I get on live, I call her the mother of my child. I call her this and that, nothing but be respectful. I'm not doing that no more. I'm not finna sit here and get bullied behind closed doors over my son and I can't see him. Just not doing it, bro. But now I understand. Like I always said a little shit on the internet, like, oh, I don't see how dads can't be in they son life and this and that. It be the mom, bro. It don't even be the dads for real. Like the dads want to be there, but if the mom don't want you to be there, you can't be there. Like I was there the whole process, pulling his head out, everything. Like I should have just as much say so as possible. It's not cool, bro. I ain't finna get on here. The longer I stay on here, I get on here and just get to talking and yapping and just saying too much. Man, I'll just leave it at that, bro. Like, I just want to see my sons. That's all it is.